Hi, I'm Jim Riley. Welcome to Meet the Chef, the local program that takes you to all the great restaurants in our community. Today, we're on the beautiful Hudson in New Baltimore at the Shady Harbor Marina to visit the Boathouse Grill. What a beautiful facility. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? It's a thrill to be here on the river. We're going to meet with the executive chef, Brian Boathouse. He's going to welcome us. We're going to get the history of the place. Check out the menu. You're going to love this. Come join me. Jim Riley, Meet the Chef. Don't forget, we're at the Boathouse Grill in New Baltimore, and I'm visiting with Executive Chef Brian Boathouse. Brian.
Pleasure to have you here today.
Thanks so much for inviting us. You know, I told you when we got here, this place is so beautiful, I can't believe it.
I can't beat the office view. It makes me have an enjoyable experience every day I have to come to work.
I was going to say, it's got to really feel great to be in an environment so beautiful and just something you can be so proud of.
Absolutely. We've come a long way in the last 2 years after the ownership of Brian and Kathy Donovan had purchased this place a few years ago, and after the last 2 seasons, I think we're really coming into our own.
I like what's happening here. Tell us a little bit about the changes, and you directed the changes, right?
Well, I had a little bit of hand in the menu development as well as a little bit of the kitchen layout, but I have to say that Brian and Kathy really have taken the reins in all of the modifications and the changes of the restaurant and the building itself.
Right.
From the bar area to the addition of the kitchen in the front to the redecorating of the whole dining room, they've really livened up the whole space and made it beautiful.
When we looked at it, we were just taken back. We expected it to be lovely and beautiful and welcoming, but this is actually spectacular, wouldn't you say?
I absolutely would agree.
It's just phenomenal. The other is the scope of it. This is really a very, very big facility.
It surely is. I mean, not only do we have the restaurant here, but also the marina itself. It is a public marina, so people anywhere traveling, transients coming down from Quebec or anybody coming up from Florida in larger yachts and whatnot, they're all able to stay here, dock here. We have a wonderful ship store with all different amenities available, as well as an in-ground pool, laundry and shower facilities. It really is a destination more than just a marina or a restaurant.
That's kind of interesting because I hadn't thought about that. It really is a destination along the Hudson River.
It truly is.
Fabulous. Now, when you look at your position as executive chef, let's talk a little bit about you.
All right.
You won some awards a while back. Tell us a little bit about your success as an executive chef.
Well, last year I was actually nominated in the Albany Food and Wine Festival's Rising Star Chef program, and in the whole Capital District region from Saratoga to Troy to all the way down here. There was 50 chefs that were nominated, and I actually was able to make it to the top 10, which I was very pleased with.
You have to be. That's very, very accomplished. The other thing I like about it, that whole festival of food and drink along the Capital region is a pretty special event, right?
It is indeed, and they also do a lot of fundraising, which is also a wonderful thing. Anytime you can raise money for special groups, I think it's really important.
Well, the idea of giving back to the community and really the Boathouse Grill, I mean, your whole view is serving people and giving back to the community. That's a good thing. And
Shady Harbor Marina is also known for their Caribbean Jerk Festival, which is every year, usually about the third week in July, we have a fundraiser for Alzheimer's research, where we have a big cook-off with a bunch of different teams that create different Caribbean jerk dishes.
We are along the river. No, we have to live with that, right?
At least he didn't sting me.
I was going to say, evidently he doesn't care you're an executive chef.
No.
But what I like about that, and you had something to do with bringing that together, I would think.
That was actually more Mr. Donovan. It is a fundraiser.
He has that interest?
It is a fundraiser for Alzheimer's research, and that's an organization that's close to his heart, so it's something that he's really implemented.
Right, and it's about creating jerk chicken dishes.
Correct, and it's a whole competition. We bring in a reggae band. It's just a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere, and people will have a great time and eat good food.
Oh, I like that idea. Now, talk a little bit about your creation of the menu. What are some of the things that you wanted to bring to the table here?
I really do enjoy a lot of Latin American or even Asian influenced foods, as opposed to just doing a lot of the more traditional American pub grill food or just Italian food. So we do have a couple of different interesting dishes that you might not find in other restaurants.
Right, I like that idea. Now,
it can get hot here in the sun.
Well, and they got this big silver disc, this shiny disc. It looks like the moon in the middle of the shop. But Tell me a little bit about what you're going to fix for us today.
So today I'm going to prepare for you as an appetizer. I'm going to do a seared ahi tuna dish, which is going to be sesame seed encrusted with a nice sweet soy and a little loose wasabi over the top. And
the wasabi is that wonderfully spicy sauce, right?
Yes, it's the green Japanese horseradish. So
I look forward to that challenge. And
for the entree today, I'm going to prepare the Boathouse seafood pot pie, which has been one of the favorites here this summer.
I love that idea because, as I told you before we went on the air, I love pot pie. You talk about comfort food or family food. I think of it also as family food. But the whole notion of doing that with seafood just seems to be terribly exciting.
People have really enjoyed it this summer, and it's personally one of my favorites.
Great. And I'm looking for a little dessert.
Well, today I'm going to prepare for you a citrus zebellon, which is a egg custard with a little bit of lemon zest and orange zest and fortified with a little Marsala wine.
I think I may stay a while.
You're more than welcome to.
That's something that sounds really, really good to me. We're going to be back there for a little bit. This is Brian Boathouse, Executive Chef at the Boathouse Grill here in New Baltimore. When he brings the food out, you're never going to see a happier man than me. We look forward to you in a little bit.
We're at it again here at Crossroads Ford. I see you went with the Ford Escape.
Yes, I took it for a test ride and I love it. It has the navigation and the sync features which I was looking for.
The sync features. Let's go talk to someone in the service department. What kind of cars do you work on?
Fords, Subarus, Chevys.
So basically anything with four wheels, right?
Absolutely.
I got a go-kart needs tune-up.
Bring it in. We can do it.
I'm Ron Teeter, owner of Crossroads Ford. You gotta give us a try.
We hope you're enjoying Meet the Chef. Remember, it's local, it's real people in our community, and it's exclusively on Mid-Hudson Cablevision's Channel 11. To be a local sponsor of this program or to have your restaurant featured on Meet the Chef, please contact us at 828-2500, extension 8207 for details. Jim Riley, Meet the Chef. Don't forget, we're at the Boathouse Grill on the Hudson River in New Baltimore. Brian Boathouse, Executive Chef. What are we going to do now?
All right, so now we're ready to prepare the seared ahi tuna appetizer. So I have a beautiful cutlet of seared ahi tuna right here, beautiful ruby red color. And we're just going to encrust this in some sesame seeds. We have some white and black sesame seeds.
I like that combination. Again, the idea of the colors is very attractive.
Absolutely. Well, we all know that you eat with your eyes first and then it's flavor secondary.
Because we were talking about off the air, we're talking about the colors and the artistry with cooking is very important.
Absolutely. So first we're going to start with a nice hot pan and add a little sesame oil here. Now the reason why we use sesame oil is because it has a higher smoking temperature, so you can really get the pan nice and hot and get a nice caramelization on the seeds, get them nice and toasted. And with the oil, it just adds a nice little nutty note to the whole
you get
dish.
a nice little flavor with that.
For sure. So this just takes a second to heat up. But with the tuna, I mean, we get a lot of nice fresh seafood in here about 3 times a week. So every time you come down here and get seafood, it is going to be fresh. It's going to be delicious.
The ahi tuna is particularly attractive.
It is. Our folks over at the D. Brickman Company, Doug in particular, is manager of seafood. He really does a great job of giving me some of the best product available.
What a marvelous opportunity to have as an appetizer ahi tuna. That's really special.
And it's growing in popularity from, you know, in the South and the Florida and all the way up into New York City and everything. Everybody, as soon as you hear that word ahi tuna, people get really excited about it.
Great stuff.
So once the pan's nice and hot here, we're gonna add the tuna and let that start to sear. You see the seeds are popping a little bit, bubbling. It's just exactly what you want to see.
I like the idea of the sesame oil as well. As you said, give it a little nutty flavor.
Absolutely. We just give it a few seconds on each side so they can have a nice presentation throughout the whole outside of the fish.
That's the other thing you were talking about. The food is marvelous, and we're going to enjoy that, but the presentation is terribly important.
Indeed. And that's one of the main things that the Donovans have tried to implement here is we want to have a 5-star atmosphere, 5-star service with 5-star food, but we want people to be able to come in, come off their boats, and be able to just sit back and relax and enjoy a nice meal.
Relaxing along the Hudson is very important, but you want the best of the best when you dine. And this has to be one of your popular appetizers.
It is very much so. I mean, we do have a large range of appetizers from our calamari to the ahi tuna, mussels diavolo. We also
I like the idea of mussels diavolo. That's always been one of my favorites.
Absolutely. Nice spicy dish.
Yeah.
Gets people to have a couple more cocktails.
That's true. But mussels are marvelous anyway, but with the fra diavolo, the spiciness is just very special.
And we do have some more of the more traditional, mozzarella sticks for kids that come down with their families. We have nice buffalo wings, especially coming into football season. We do football specials with wings, and we have a lot of different flavors. So we do a little bit of the unique along with a little bit of the traditional.
I like that. I think that's a good approach. That's really starting to look very, very special. Ahi tuna, that's fabulous.
So now that it's had the chance to sear on all 4 sides, we can shut the pan off. We can get the plate ready for our presentation.
This is the part I like. I like the show.
So at the base of it, we have some English cucumbers, seedless cucumbers here that we've marinated in a little sesame oil, a little soy sauce, a little sugar. Just give them a little bit of flavor, but still nice and crisp.
My favorites is this soy sauce. I really enjoy that.
And it goes very well with the rare tuna.
I like this having a nice bed to lie on.
And here we have the peppadew peppers, which is of the Quante fruit, which is a little bit of a sweet, a little bit of a spicy, but a nice little vinegar touch to go along with it.
I like that you have both, the sweet and the spicy.
And a little bit of fresh arugula. Never looks bad on a plate.
But see the colors, look at the colors again.
So then we take the tuna and I need a knife. There it is.
There we go. There we go.
And you still have the nice ruby
color.
Red in the middle.
Beautiful color. Beautiful color. It accentuates the whole presentation.
Absolutely. And then we'll just layer this down on those nice cucumbers.
I'm so impressed with the beauty of the plate.
And then at this point, this is where we'll drizzle it with the nice sweet soy reduction.
Are you kidding me?
And then a nice little loose wasabi, just to give it that spice that we talked about.
But I love the wasabi.
And that's our seared ahi tuna dish.
Let's put that right over here, because our cameraman Shane, he already has his eyes on some of that.
Not a problem at all.
I knew that would be attractive.
So then our next dish, which is our seafood pot pie. It's another one of our very popular entrees.
You and I were talking before we went on the air that one of my favorites in the world is pot pie, but the idea of the seafood pot pie is very special. Tell us about that.
So what we do first is we get the whole base, the cream sauce, the sherry cream sauce, the vegetables, and all the different flavors that are going to go into the base of this seafood pot pie. We cook that ahead of time. So generally what we use is we use a little traditional mirepoix, which is just carrots, onions, and celery, with a little bay leaf. And we'll start to saute that down. Add a little salt and pepper, just to help get a little of the moisture out of it.
Right. Again, I love the colors. I love the colors.
It's all about the presentation. And also a little bit of garlic.
You gotta have garlic. I don't want it without the garlic.
No.
I'm not gonna have it. And the bay leaf, bay leaf is often used. What is that
The bay leaf just adds a roundness of flavor. It just kind of heightens all of the other flavors that are going along with it, for sure.
Very good, very good.
So now, generally what we do is we saute this up for about 4 or 5 minutes.
That's my favorite motion, by the way. That's a true executive chef. I would never try that at home, but I
even kept it in the pan.
Yeah, I was impressed by that.
So once this has had a chance to saute down for a while, then what we'll do is we'll add the sherry, the cooking sherry, which gives it a nice sweetness. And we would let this reduce down to about half, and that would make the vegetables all really nice and soft and tender.
Ready for the dish.
For sure. Once that has reduced by half, that's when we take the heavy cream, which we all know heavy cream makes everything taste good. We would add the heavy cream, and again, we'd allow that to reduce by half. So it's all the flavors are getting nice and incorporated into this one piece.
I love that idea.
So, with that being said, here I have some of the filling already prepared. And at this point, if we were in the middle of dinner service, take just a little bit of oil, let that get nice and hot.
And that is a key, having it nice and hot.
And then we have our shellfish, which we have some beautiful bay scallops.
I love scallops.
Some nice little shrimp. So we'll add those right to the pan and let those start to cook. The trick is if you had added this to the mixture earlier, then all your seafood would overcook.
And that's not good. I mean, there's no point in having it. If it's overcooked, you'll get through it, but you're not going to have the thrill you'd have having
You're not going to have the same enjoyment.
Right.
So we'll saute this up until the shrimp start turning a little pink. You don't need to worry about seasoning it at this point because the base has already had all the flavors added.
Nice and simple, just cook it up and get it ready for the dish.
That's right. When people come down here, they're hungry and they want to eat.
Well, you know, it's true. If you can have a wonderful environment, wonderful menu, everything's right, but if you have to sit there all night, all of a sudden it's not the fun adventure you thought it was going to be.
Exactly. So this is that reduced sherry, cream, and vegetable mixture. We're going to let that get in.
I'm getting a little excited now.
I knew you would.
I'm going to have help with this, but still, I'm going to be thrilled to go into this one. What an exotic dish.
So we'll let that fully melt and let the seafood flavor that's already in the pan from the scallops and shrimp mix in with the cream sauce. And at this point, we can take our nice flaky puff pastry. This is what makes it the pot pie. So we'll put that in the oven. We'll let that start to heat.
I'm ready now. I see the pastry. I'm ready to go.
Give this a couple more stirs. You can probably smell it now too.
Oh yeah, it's just exotic. Wonderful. Seafood pot pie.
Now it's bubbling. The shellfish is fully cooked through.
And what I like is it's not overcooked. As you said, that's one thing. And I'm not too fussy about food.
No.
But when it comes to this, if it's going to be great seafood, it can't be overcooked.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's no good.
There we go.
Gorgeous.
Looks good.
Gorgeous.
So at that point, we'll put it right in our serving dish. As you can see, it's also a nice portion.
I was going to say, that is a generous portion.
And then we can take the puff pastry out, right on the top here, the plate.
Look at this.
And then we have nice little bull's blood microgreens here to go right over the top.
Oh, it's beautiful. It truly is a piece of art. It's a work of art. Isn't that gorgeous?
There you are.
I'll get some help on that one too.
I'm sure. I'm
All
sure
right.
you will. So the last dish that I'm going to create is a zabaione. It's a traditional Italian egg custard.
Right.
And you usually use a fortified wine of any sort. Today I've decided to use a Marsala wine. So it's egg yolks, sugar, and Marsala wine, all heated over a double boiler until it's nice and thick and just delicious.
Can you think of anything that sounds better than that? I'm ready for this one. This is right up my alley.
So here's the egg yolks that have just been separated from the egg whites. A little bit of zest from an orange and from a lime.
You have to have that.
It really
I
brings
don't want it
out the
without
whole.
the zest. Yeah, it does.
And then we have the sugar, makes it nice and sweet. And then of course, the Marsala wine.
Marsala wine.
So this we're just gonna bring over here to our tail pot that we have already boiling. And now here's the trick. You can't walk away.
You have to stay with it.
Have to stay with it. Otherwise you're gonna have scrambled eggs.
Well, we like scrambled eggs, but now it's part of the zabaione.
Not for dessert. We'll allow the mixture to come up to temperature, and then
The
you'll see
Marsala
it
wine gives it a nice touch as well.
for sure.
Now, what else? You said you chose Marsala. What else is used?
They can use a Prosecco. I've seen it done with some other different fortified wines.
But you really like the Marsala.
The Marsala is the one that I think brings the best flavor out along with the citrus. Prosecco I think is a little too light.
Yeah, you want
Plus you
something
whip all the
with a
bubbles
little.
out.
Yeah, I was going to say you want something with a little heart, a little soul to it.
And when you taste Marsala, it almost has a sweetness to it already.
So it fits beautifully with this dish.
Indeed.
What I think is nice is you wore our apron, even though you're executive chef. You allowed yourself to be the Meet the Chef guy today.
Don't
That's
get me
great.
wrong, if you're an executive chef, you're also an executive pot and pan washer too. You gotta be
Isn't
able to
that
do
true?
it all.
No, it's true. You're responsible for everything, but you also have to do the work.
That's right.
This looks like it's going to be terribly interesting. You can actually see some of the color of the Marsala in there.
For sure. And as you incorporate more air by whisking it, the color will become a little lighter. See, it's starting to come together a little
You
bit
can
now.
see it's coming together nicely. What a fabulous idea. And what do you do to add color to this dish?
The best way that I've found is you have the nice yellow of the custard and you have the different colors of the orange and lemon with the citrus
With
in
the
there.
zest, yeah.
So then what I like to do is just do a really nice homemade whipped cream to go over the top and then just some nice fresh berries.
Just something to give it a little color on top.
Exactly. This is one of those dishes that the flavors pretty much just speak for themselves. And now you can see that it's all come together. It's a nice thick,
beautiful, beautiful.
and now we can get this ready for plating.
This is one you wouldn't want to miss.
Put it
This
in
you
a nice
wouldn't want to
martini
miss.
glass.
Oh, see? That's part of what you're saying about the presentation. Presentation has to be special.
Has to look good. If it doesn't look good, then it won't taste good.
We have some very interested spectators off camera. They seem to be getting the message on this one. I love it presented in a martini glass. I think that's very special.
Then we have the fresh whipped cream.
Lovely. Isn't that lovely?
And as I said, a nice little fresh berry to go along with it.
Oh yeah,
And there you
that
are.
is unique. Let me put this over with the others. Okay, so walk us through the menu again for today.
So our seared ahi tuna with a sweet soy and a loose wasabi with peppadew peppers and marinated cucumbers. Then we have our seafood pot pie, the Boathouse seafood pot pie, because it is unique to us, with the shrimp, the scallops, and the puff pastry. And then we also have the citrus zebaione, with the egg custard, the fresh orange and lemon citrus, house-made whipped cream, and the fresh berries.
Brian Baltimore, Executive Chef, Boathouse Grille in New Baltimore. I'm going to go out, visit with him, and sample all of these, plus you promised me some wine.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be back after a few messages.
We're at it again here at Crossroads Ford. I see you went with the Ford Escape.
Yes, I took it for a test ride and I love it. It has the navigation and the sync features which I was looking for.
The sync features. Let's go talk to someone in the service department. What kind of cars do you work on?
Fords, Subarus, Chevys.
So basically anything with 4 wheels, right?
Absolutely.
I got a go-kart needs a tune-up.
Bring it in. We can do it.
I'm Ron Teeter, owner of Crossroads Ford. You gotta give us a try.
We hope you're enjoying Meet the Chef. Remember, it's local, it's real people in our community, and it's exclusively on Mid-Hudson Cablevision's Channel 11. To be a local sponsor of this program or to have your restaurant featured on Meet the Chef, please contact us at 828-2500, extension 8207 for details. Jim Riley, Meet the Chef. Don't forget, we're at the Boathouse Grill in New Baltimore. Brian Baltimore, I got it right again.
You got it right.
Executive Chef. We really enjoyed sharing your kitchen with us. That's a lot to ask, and you were wonderful. And what we thought was, as we saw you work, you really are an artist.
Well, thank you very much.
We're very, very impressed. And we should be, because you're that good. Now, what we want is we're going to process through what you created for us. So let's start with the ahi tuna. Did I say ahi tuna? Excuse me. Ahi tuna. That was good. Ahi tuna. Ahi tuna appetizer. Will's going to bring it in for us. He didn't want to be on camera, so we're going to let him just stick his arm in there.
There we go. That works.
I can use this, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Please help yourself.
Tell us again the preparation, because this is very special.
So it's a nice little cutlet of the ahi tuna that we've encrusted in sesame seeds. And then we pan sauteed with sesame oil to give it the nice nutty flavor. Underneath, as a base, we have a marinated English cucumber, thinly sliced but still nice and crispy. And then we also paired that with a little bit of fresh arugula and the peppadews from the piquante fruit. A little bit of spicy and a little bit of sweet.
Wonderful. Let's try it, all right?
Let's go for it.
Oh, that is wonderful.
And the sweet soy, as opposed to just a straight soy, really kind of sticks to the fish a little bit better, and then it complements the wasabi as well. Takes a little bit of the bite away.
Well, that's the other thing. I love wasabi. We were talking about that before we went on the air. But what I like with the soy, the way it's prepared this way, it's not as salty as it sometimes might be.
Correct.
All right, we have this a little spicy, is that?
Just a little bit. More sweet and tart than there is spice.
Oh.
Don't forget to save some for the staff.
It's funny you said it, because Shane, don't eat too much. Shane wanted to finish some of this off. This is absolutely wonderful. Wonderful.
Good, I'm glad you enjoy it.
Oh, fabulous. It's so fresh. I love the sesame seeds.
Yep.
And you had 2 different types of sesame seeds on it.
Yep, the white and the black. Again, helps with the presentation. I like the flavor of the black ones, though. They're a little bit more in that nutty realm. So there's more black than the white on them.
You're allowed to do that because you're the executive chef.
Right. But I am the chef.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Now, I'm surprised you took as long as you did eating that. I know you're looking forward to the next dish.
See, I was trying to act like a gentleman. I actually want to plow right through and get right to the next. Well, here's one that we have to do. This is really interesting. Tell us about this.
Okay, so these are the Shady Harbor and Boathouse Grille signature cocktails. If the owner was here today, he would not allow you to leave without at least trying and sampling a little beer. So what this is comprised of is Liquor 43, which is a Spanish liqueur. It's a vanilla liqueur. And then we float a little heavy cream over the top. And it is the perfect anytime drink. Whether you're out on the boat, just sitting on the deck, enjoying a beautiful day after dinner, it's good at any time.
Or while having ahi tuni.
Or
I did it again.
He did it again.
So I hope the audience isn't enjoying this too much. Ahi tuna appetizer. Let's have a little toast to you.
All right. Cheers.
Brian, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Great visit today. Great visit.
Just like a milkshake.
I'll tell you one thing. I think I'm staying.
You're more than
I
welcome
don't think
to.
I'm going to leave.
More than welcome to.
Is that wonderful? I might try just a little more tuna.
Help
You don't
yourself.
mind, do you?
Help yourself.
I've been looking at this little piece on the end. It looked a little sad, sitting there by itself. Oh, it's wonderful. As we spoke when we started this process, the appearance of the food is terribly important to the overall enjoyment of the meal, right?
It truly is. Absolutely.
Oh, that's very, very special.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
Very, very special. All right. I'm going to try to say it one more time. When you come to the Boathouse Grill in Baltimore, you have to try the ahi tuna appetizer. Brian, you're a master. This is absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. I'm dying to get to the next, but I'm kind of reluctant to leave this one.
It is a good one.
Oh.
You see why it is as popular as it is.
You said it's one of the most popular.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Again, tell us about the drink, because that was very special.
The Boathouse Little Beers. Liquor 43 and a float of heavy cream. 2 components. It's done. Don't mess with it. It doesn't get much better.
Yeah, drink it right up. What we'll have to do, I hope you don't mind, but our producer and cameraman, he saw us drink that, and he was broken hearted. I saw a little tear. Maybe before we leave, you can give him one.
We'll fix him up.
That would be so nice. He's perking up on it. You know, ahi tuna appetizer, out of this world, a specialty here at the Boathouse Grill in New Baltimore along the mighty Hudson. Let's talk about the next piece.
Okay, so the next dish that we have is the seafood pot pie.
Can we have that, Will? This is Will. You're only going to see his arms because he didn't want to be into stardom today. Look at this. Look at the presentation. Isn't this fabulous?
So again, we have the base with the cream sauce with carrots, onions, celery, the heavy cream, and the sherry. And sometimes people go with the fork. It helps with the puff pastry with the fork, but we also provided you with a spoon because the spoon helps you really get in there.
Oh.
Was it everything you expected it to be?
It's so much better than that. Seeing the ingredients go in, seeing how you prepared it, I expected it to be a lovely meal, but this is truly an artistic piece. This is fabulous. And I'm going to talk bad about people. You don't mind, do you?
That's all right. As long as it's not me.
Some people are a bit frightened by bay scallops. For some reason, they're afraid of them. They run, they hide.
The problem is most people overcook them, which is why they don't enjoy them.
This is absolutely melt in your mouth. Oh, my Lord.
And it's one that hits all the senses. Again, visually it's appealing. You can smell the sherry and the hot cream sauce as it comes out. And then with the flavors that all combine, it's a wonderful dish.
Well, the other part that's wonderful being pot pie are the wonderful vegetables that you have as well.
That's another thing. Some people worry about pot pies because they don't like peas. Well, I just skip the peas, and people don't have to worry about that.
You know what I just found? One of the shrimp.
You found one of the shrimp.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us again how you prepared it, because if you overcook the scallops, overcook the shrimp, it's no good.
It's no good.
This is wonderful.
So all of the vegetables get sauteed first with the sherry wine and the heavy cream. You allow that to reduce, and then once you're ready to actually prepare the meal, you saute up the scallops along with the shrimp with just a little bit more sherry, and then you add the cream filling, so that way you don't overcook the shellfish.
Wonderful. I have to steal it. It's going to be kind of messy, so.
That's all right.
It's so light. Oh, I love this one.
And I've seen people that'll take the top, reserve that for the end, and then just go and soak up the whole rest of it.
See, there are different ways to approach this one.
Yep.
I'm kind of working my way top to bottom. Oh. I hope this is coming through on the TV into your home, because this is remarkable. Oh my God. You know what I find interesting? Because I love the seafood. I love seafood. I'm enjoying searching for the vegetables as well. Everything seems to come together just perfectly. Oh, wonderful. This is your creation?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, it's a little messy, but I have
It's
to
all
do
right. Food is supposed to be fun.
I can take a shower later.
That's right. And don't forget, you got to pair it with a nice white wine while you eat it.
See, I just had the scallop.
Yep.
What I was really very impressed with is how you prepared the seafood. It is so fresh, cooked to perfection. Wonderful. And then we haven't even dealt with the sauce.
Right.
Tell us a little more about that, how you put that together.
Well, the sauce was simple, just with after sauteing the vegetables and adding the sherry wine, letting the heavy cream mix in with all of the flavors and reduce, and it just really enhances the whole cream sauce with that sherry wine.
See, the reduction is what makes a difference, right?
For sure.
It all comes together, all the flavors come together. Oh, hold on, I lost the scallop. Oh, no, that's a carrot. Oh.
It's still good.
Shane is going to help me with this.
I'm sure he will. He looks pretty excited.
He was so thrilled that I stopped with the ahi tuna, because he's after that. Look at the wine too. He gave me a nice little Pinot.
Yep.
A little Pinot. I'm going to eat more of this, folks. It's just that I have to have you see this dessert, because the dessert is to die for. Can we have that, Will? I like Will. He doesn't want start time. He just wants it. Thank you, Will. All right.
Spoon?
Yeah. Now, we agreed.
There you go.
We agreed off camera, between the setup and sitting down, that I would only taste this.
Okay.
Because our producer wants to take care of this one. This is ridiculously good. No, I mean, this almost should be illegal. Hang on, Ryan. I can't help it. I have to. Oh.
It's rich. It's thick. The citrus helps cut the heaviness of it a little bit.
But what I was going to say, it's not heavy though.
No, it's a great summertime dessert.
It's so light, but it's beautiful.
And again, you can see why the Marsala is a really nice pairing.
See, that's the other thing. You don't just want a candy kind of. This has real soul to it. I would call it soul.
Yep.
And a Marsala does that.
Yep.
You okay with it, Ryan? He's still smiling, but it's a tense smile. That's remarkable. That is simply one of the finest meals I've ever experienced. As I told you, I'm now obligated to bring my family up here.
We more than
on the weekend, because what happens is I can't have this experience and not bring them.
They'll get jealous.
Actually, I think they might get angry. Brian, that was fabulous. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Again,
Pleasure.
Brian Boathouse. I like to say it because I can remember the name. I'm so proud of myself. This is the Boathouse Grill in New Baltimore. You have to come up here, folks. The Hudson is beautiful. Their facility is beyond words. It is so beautiful here. You're going to just worship the whole idea of the ambiance as presented here. Is fabulous. And we're going to come back after a few messages. We're going to wrap things up. So come on back with us a little bit.
We're at it again here at Crossroads Ford. I see you went with the Ford Escape.
Yes, I took it for a test ride and I love it. It has the navigation and the sync features which I was looking for.
The sync features. Let's go talk to someone in the service department. What kind of cars do you work on?
Fords, Subarus, Chevys.
So basically anything with four wheels, right?
Absolutely.
I got a go-kart needs tune-up.
Bring it in. We can do it.
I'm Ron Teeter, owner of Crossroads Ford. You gotta give us a try.
We hope you're enjoying Meet the Chef. Remember, it's local, it's real people in our community, and it's exclusively on Mid-Hudson Cablevision's Channel 11. To be a local sponsor of this program or to have your restaurant featured on Meet the Chef, please contact us at 828-2500, extension 8207 for details. What a great visit we had today at the Boathouse Grill,
Thank
New
you
Baltimore.
so much for coming down. Really appreciate it.
Well, it's just great to be with you. Brian Boathouse, executive chef, all-around nice guy. He certainly was generous to a fault today. What a great guy. You got to come up here. I'm bringing the family up tomorrow. I already talked to you about that.
We look forward to it.
You can't be in this community and not come to the Hudson and come to the Boathouse Grill in New Baltimore. It is absolutely out of this world. We love the menu you provided. Again, what do you like to share with the folks when they come here to the Boathouse?
Well, not only if you're somebody that's enjoying the Hudson River and spending a day or even a longer trip, if you're coming down from Canada or coming up from Florida, we do have full complete dockage for people to stay here overnight for weeks at end, or just to stay for a few hours and join us for dinner. During the summer, we offer lunch and dinner 7 days a week, as well as we book parties pretty much almost all year round for weddings, for larger events, bridal showers. So we are capable of handling larger banquets as well as not just lunch and dinner.
I think that's important because if you look at your site here, it is so beautiful. As you look out behind us, who wouldn't want to bring a special party here to the Boathouse Grill?
Absolutely.
It's just marvelous. I like the idea of having a wedding celebration, any kind of festive celebration for family. This is the place to be.
I agree.
Brian, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Again, Brian Boathouse, he is the executive chef here at the Boathouse Grill in New Baltimore alongside the Hudson River. You have to come to the Boathouse Grill, and you have to join us again real soon on Meet the Chef.